thank God for this privilege. My name is Solumesi Saheed Samuel. By the special grace of God, the firstborn of a family of 8 and the only boy. I was born some 50 years ago, 5 decades ago, precisely July 28, 1974, a Sunday, and my golden jubilee coincide with that very day. July 28, 1974 was a Sunday, and July 28, 2024 is also a Sunday. So what an awesome day. I was born into a fetish Muslim background from Odogbolu local government of Ogun State. We live and we were bred up in Lagos, Itireye, the Surulere, under the then Surulere local government. So my growing up has been challenging as a sickle cell patient, right from my childhood down to secondary to higher institution, university, and all the like. But I give glory to God. If not for Jesus by my side, I will not be where I am today. It has been Jesus all the way. If you minus Jesus from my life, I am done with. There are, but the encouragement received from people around me, from past experience and testimony, there are times when those thoughts came. But according to the word of God in Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2, saying, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. So that alone has kept me moving. All this while. There are times when the crisis, the pain come, just like there are times I will be going under agonies. That's why I will always give it to my mom. She will say, So, but thank God that I have Jesus. Jesus has been my fortress, my help, my encourager, everything. Anytime I was like giving it up, I remember those testimonies He has given to me, the challenges He have helped me to surmount. So with that, I am encouraged. Relationship-wise, it has the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are times you see people, in fact, most especially when it got to the issue of getting settled down, marriage, and even in times of friendship, keeping friends in school back then, there are some people who drifted away from me just because I was an SS, and this, and there are things that your friend will be doing. Because of your nature, you can't do it. You are set aback, and because of that, in the course of marriage, I went through a lot. I got married at the age of 34. So that's how to know how tense and terrible it was, because every lady who got to know SS and this and seeing me very tall, I'm not having, because of the ailments and deformity from, thank God I still have my part of my body intact. We have sicklers who have leg ulcers, strokes, and the like. But I want to give it to God. In spite of those terrible challenges, God is still there. And that's why I appreciate my wife so much. My wonderful wife is the best thing that has happened to me. She believes so much in me. Even the time she took me to her parents and they were asking her, are you sure you want to marry him? She said yes. And here we have today, all to the glory of God. 16 years after our marriage. My experience in life has taught me to be dogged, to have this spirit of perseverance, doggedity, and strong will. Like there is a saying in Yoruba language, many times when I get out of my sick bed, I see that I'm still alive today. There is still hope for me. There is still hope for me, and this caused me to push further. It helped me to push further. Sometimes when I'm on the bed, it's like, well, yeah, I have a cousin who died at the age of 18. That I'm alive today is one of the experiences that when I look back, I say, oh, it can only be Jesus. So that experience in life has helped me to, though there are things I aspire to be in life while I was growing up, but because of this challenge, I couldn't get to that state. But I'm not giving up over it. I say no, and with God on my side, I can still get there. In the course of my living on this planet Earth, I've always love giving back to. I can't give back to Jesus. I remember when I celebrated my 40 years, I was like, how best could I appreciate this God? Then I made it private. Then went before him, thanking him for those days, then 40 hours, 40 days, and all the like. And at the end, it's wrap up it in the church with my pastors and the like. But this time around, it's not as if the money is there or I have all the money to throw out. But I just look back at the recent challenge in my life. You can imagine a man at this my age going to the hospital. Just of recent, about 2-3 years, I've been on the hospital bed. I've taken bloods, 4 pints, 3 pints. There are times that I will be on oxygen, and there was a time a bone marrow extraction was conducted on me, and all the like. And I was like, what can I do? Now, in the course of my prayer, it ministered to me that the best thing I can do is to give back to God by way of sow harvest, bring 50 people back to God, unbelievers. Let them know, let them hear my story, and just return them back so that there will be joy in heaven. That's one. Then two, I also felt I want to make sure I bring people together. In this time of our time, there is hunger in the land. Then I thought of a free eye glasses too, because even this sickle cell anemia has affected my sight to a part, but I still thank God I am where I am. So I also felt that, okay, I can also give back to people with the free eye glasses. Then also on Sunday, I go to church, thank God in the Sunday service. Then Monday, the plan is that I will pay a visit to Sickle Cell Foundation, and with the little we have, God helping us, we do some charity work there. God helping us. So I have a 3 days program lined out for this celebration of my Golden Jubilee. All is just to say thank you, Jesus, and to give back to the society. My first advice will go to the singles, be bachelor, spinster, who want to go into marriage. My advice is that please get yourself checked up. Know your genotype, number one thing. Are you AS? Are you SS? Are you AA? Now, if you know what you are, then the cross matching can come in. An SS should not dare marry an SS. AS should not dare to marry AS. So, but AA is free to marry any of these if the love is there. So, love doesn't play in some situation. You've seen people who got married and they are ASAS, and at the end of the day, their love could not keep them together just because of the challenge is in bringing up a child with sickle cell anemia. Some end up having 3, some end up having 2, some end up having 1. In my own situation, we are 2 in our family. From the children, 6 children. I am the first, and I have a sister, but she is not as chronic as mine. God is helping her. She's also married today, and she has 2 kids, around 40 years. So that's my first advice. Spinsters, bachelors should make sure they get themselves checked up, and after that, if they have confirmed that, okay, AA can marry AA can marry AS, and they will go home, and some other things like that. But for parents who have kids and who want to give it up over their kids, please, I will beg you, take a cue from my mother, learn from my mother, Saheed, Beji, the woman of my life. My mommy did not give up over me. That is why I am where I am today. She did not. In terms of those challenges, of recent I came across a boy in Lutz there. a boy around 17 years old, and he was the only one running around. So pathetic. I begin to ask myself, how can a parent or parents of a family member could be this cruel that will leave a boy of 17 years to source for his blood, source for this, and it got me worried. It's not the boy's fault. It's not as if he has chosen to come in that way. So parents should please. We know it's frustrating, and it is your fault because you didn't get yourself checked up. So if you have brought this kid into the world, please, you need to manage them. You need to encourage them. It's time consuming, it's money consuming, it's resources are affected, but you just need to manage them, encourage them, give them the word of hope, give them the word of encouragement, show them love. All this my mother showed me. In spite of that, she's a disciplinarian. She scolded me anytime I'm going wrong, and that is why I am where I am today. Navigating through life experience coupled with education, one of the key things that kept me moving was a word from my dad. Say, Saheed, ṣé mo pé agbára ò gbé iṣẹ́ tó le. The only option you have is to make sure you finish your study. And thank God, the way God will always have it. Go and check it out. I stand to be corrected. Sickle cell patients or people living with sickle cell disorder are always brilliant. 80% or 70% of them are always brilliant, and maybe some on the average. So I fall into some of those categories, and into that gap category. There were times that I would be out of school, 2 weeks in the hospital, taking drips, drugs, blood, and the like, and I would go back to school. So this really affected my education, but with the help of my parents, with the support from my dad, with his finance and the moral support of the two of them, I was able to go through schools. I even went through boarding schools. I attended some of the best schools in Nigeria, Mayflower, Federal Government College, the Staff School. I was part of it, St. Andrews College of Education, Lagos State University. So all the like, but thank God I am where I am today, believing that God is on my side. Generally, let's leave the sickle cell issue now. The truth being spoken here, and you know that we are not where we ought to be. It's not on a good side, but I still believe as a patriotic Nigeria that our governments are trying and they can still do better. They can still do better than what they are doing. There are times that you go to the health facilities or health center. Even the practitioners you meet on board, some of them are cruel. And I begin to ask myself, this is a profession that you have to be passionate about. You have to be caring and loving. Nobody is forcing you there. But you have some people, you also meet some wonderful people, some wonderful medical practitioners. So all in all, we are not where we ought to be. But thank God, God is helping us. And like me, some of the facilities I attended were private facilities. And maybe that is one of the reasons why I'm still alive. The only thing that took me to general hospital, some of the general hospital, and the one I'm having is because of the experts we have in some of them that the private hospital cannot give. So I want to encourage our system, our governments to please also look into that direction. More assistance need to be, and more awareness and creativity. You will not believe that even in this day and dispensation, we still have parents going into marriage without checking up their genotype, and at the end of the day, they are having kids that are living with sickle cell disorder, which shouldn't be. More awareness should be created. Thank God for the Sickle Cell Foundation in Idiaraba. Thank God for the Lutz Hospital, Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Idiaraba too. At least the hematology department, they are doing a wonderful work there. I want to give it to them. So I will say we are not where we ought to be, but I believe we can still get there.
All right.
Though my health challenge slowed me down, because there are times, because of their nature, most especially even during rainy season like this, we need to get ourselves warm and always maybe get indoor. Make sure you cover yourself, and there is a pattern to which you dress and all the like. And so this alone, people say you look odd. So to say, I mean, when people are wearing ordinary shirt and you are putting on pullover, jacket, and they like to get warm and something like that. So, but thank God we have some medication that is assisting us in that direction. So that slowed me down a little bit, but I'm not giving up over it. My joy is that I love imparting life. I love meeting people and making a difference in the life of people. I love having a relationship that I can cherish for long. I cherish relationship. I love seeing people putting smile on the faces of people. So in the place of my career, I'm looking at a company whereby I can engage 50, 100 people and put food on their table. I look at a foundation whereby I can help the less privileged. Some parents are not finding it easy taking care of their children with sickle cell anemia. Excuse me. And I can also think of offering advice, counseling, with the little experience I've had. Some will believe that it's Ogbanje spirit, it's a Mami Water spirit, or it's this spirit from their background that is affecting them. Because I had such experience whereby we travel to see spiritualists, we try to see Babalawo, witch doctors. Then my parents were thinking they were, not until it was discovered that I was suffering from sickle cell anemia. So with such experiences, and that is why in my birthday outreach tomorrow, I'll be talking a little about my background, my experience, what I have gone through. So I have a lot for the future, and most especially above it all, which I will call the Oga Patapata, is that I want to make heaven. That is the best aspiration I have in life. That after all things here on it, God help me to make it to heaven. So dot the I and cross the T. I have a lot. Let me start from my younger sisters. Like I've said in the previous interview, I had 3 women in my life: my mother, my wife, my younger sister, and all the ladies, the women that I've met in life that have made impact. The first among them is the wife of my spiritual father. The wife of my spiritual father, Pastor Mrs. Aino. I learned a lot of things from that woman. I learned a lot of things from the husband too. My pastor, Pastor Nari Aino. They are my spiritual father. I grew under them, under the RCCG Open Heavens Parish in Etire. Another woman I also always look on to, Mrs. Solumesi Saheed Samuel, the wife of my national director. I love her spirit too. I love her belief in God. I love her faith system. So this woman and some other people, some other ladies, I'm giving it to the ladies first because, ladies first. So, and a couple of them, all the one around me, I can't mention every one of them. Every lady outside there that has affected my life positively. I've met some people in the course of my life. If some friend of Samuel too. My boss in the fellowship, Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship International, Engineer Kitunde Oviebo. I give it to you, sir. God bless you for believing in me. This is a man that I encourage me all the time. He says, Samuel, don't worry. And every other person, my clients, all my clients that also believe in me. I have some in the US, I have some in Italy, I have some in Nigeria, in US and UK. This other person, pardon me to remove my glasses. Late Pastor Koya of blessed memory. This is another son of God that every day of my life, we always talk about this man in my family. I learned a lot of him under him as a solicitor. This is a man who also affected me spiritually, career-wise. I give it to you, even in death.